Is a quick video on JA Finance Park virtual simulation, which is a great opportunity for teachers to take advantage of, especially if you've already reviewed financial literacy concepts or if you need content to review those concepts. Junior Achievement offers them at no cost, along with the virtual simulation. So let me take a deeper dive into what this looks like. So when students log into the virtual Finance Park simulation, they will be asked a few questions, and then to get started, they'll be asked what are they interested in. This is something that will affect them later on in the simulation. Maybe by clicking cooking later in the simulation, a student might have you're going to spend $50 on a brand new cookbook. Do you want that to come from your savings or checking account? And they'll have to answer yes or no. After they select their interest, the next thing the students are going to receive is a young adult scenario. So this is going to be their job for the day, how much money they make, their credit score, if they're married, if they have children, and then a few other details, which will all affect them later on in the simulation. After that, the students need to decide how to figure out what their net monthly income is. So they're going to click on these boxes to configure what their taxes are and how much money they're going to end up taking home. After that, the students will then allocate their savings, which is really important and part of the simulation that they cannot touch later on. So if students do want to put 20% away, they can. But the biggest thing is students need to make sure they still have money left over because they haven't gone into the full simulation yet. Some students will have a post-secondary education loan, some may not. So they're going to be told what their minimum payment will be on that. Students will also have a credit card as part of the simulation if they want to use that. And then, of course, savings. So they need to put away a general amount of savings. So right now, I'm going to plan to put away $280 a month. Students can increase this later on in the simulation, but notice how if I go all the way to the end, my household income kind of drops a little bit. So I want to make sure I have some money, but general savings, I'm going to put that away for now. And then for debts, I have to manage my credit card. So students, again, at the very top saw how much their minimum payment could be if they don't use their credit card, which was $15 for me. So I'm going to try not to use my credit card. And then my post-secondary education loan had a minimum payment of $140. So I'm going to try to keep it at $157. After students allocate their savings, then they're going to be going in to take a tour with Jimmy, who's the tour guide of the JA Finance Park World. He's going to explain a few things. He's going to remind them about a few things. And again, this is just a quick tutorial. So as students go into this, they obviously will be paying a little bit more attention than me going through this pretty quickly. So after that, the students then select the calendar, and this is going to show them a few things about their scenario and other information that they might need in the simulation. So the first thing the students are going to do is over here on the left, these are all the budget categories that they have to budget for. This is the Finance Park world. So the first step for students is they have to budget what they think they might spend, and the simulation will help them out a little bit. So let me show you what that looks like. So if we were going to go into housing, for example, the students would click in here and they would go through the different texts that are within the body of the simulation. And then after that, it will say in this category, we typically spend between $750 to $3,000 per month. We've tried to get all of the housing and car prices aligned to Colorado, but it is very difficult because Colorado is very expensive to live in. So we've done our best to try to align prices. So right now I'm going to go with $1,000 and I'm going to budget that. Then I have to go into the next category and continue on budget. Transportation. So that's the next category I'm going to budget for. Then I'm going to move into all the other categories to budget for those as well. The nice thing about transportation and even housing is we have the option to do public transportation. and also rent a home if they don't want to purchase a home. So after I'm done budgeting for all these categories, which I won't be able to show you in this short video, after they're done budgeting for everything, the students are then going to move into what we call shopping. And they're going to go back into the categories and they're going to determine what they want to purchase, if anything, from these categories. So some of these categories might have the option of you don't need to make a purchase because this isn't a need. They have to purchase a house, clothing, transportation for everybody within their household, and food. After that, everything is pretty much optional depending on what they go to and what they choose. So they don't have to buy things from investment if they don't want to. It's an opportunity for them to purchase something, but again, they don't have to. After they're done with budgeting, like I said, they'll go into shopping. And then after they're done with shopping, then the simulation will prompt them to pay their debts. So they'll have to pay their credit card bill and they'll have to pay their post-secondary loan, depending on how much they budgeted for. They will hopefully have enough left over and didn't overspend and stay on budget, hopefully. So this was, again, just a really brief video about the virtual finance park simulation. If this is something you'd like to do, maybe during testing or at the end of the school year where curriculum is done and you want the students just to have some fun and you've gone through those financial concepts, this is a great opportunity to do that. All you would need to do is reach out to an education manager, or you can go to our website and fill out a program request form, and a JA staff member will be in touch with you on next steps to get everything set up for you and your students. So again, I hope you enjoy this little video. I'm sorry I couldn't take you through everything, but it is pretty quick just to show you the JA Finance Park world and kind of the idea of what they're going to be doing within the simulation. And hopefully we'll be able to work with you this school year and present the JA Virtual Finance Park simulation. Thank you.